Hello, my dear friends. I am very happy that you are here with me today. Today, I want to share a very special story with you. This story is not just about a man, but about a journey that will touch your heart, make you feel strong inside, and teach you something important about life, about success, and about why we must never stop trying. The man in this story was not just an actor. He was not just a funny person. He was more than that. He was a great man. He became a legend. His name is remembered with love and respect by people all over the world. His name is written in golden letters in the history of films and cinema. His name is Sir Charles Spencer Chaplin. But most people in the world know him simply as Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin made millions of people laugh. He made people smile even when they were sad. But behind his smile, he was hiding his own pain and his own tears. He gave happiness to the world, even when his own heart was hurting. His talent, his ideas, and his work are truly one of a kind. Even today, many years after he passed away, Charlie Chaplin is still loved by people. His movies still make us laugh. His story still inspires us. And his life teaches us something very important. No matter how hard life becomes, we must not stop. We must keep going forward. So, my dear friends, this is not just a story about a man. This is a long journey, a journey full of pain, sadness, rejection, hunger, success, and finally, greatness. This story is very good for your English learning. It will also give you strong motivation to follow your dreams. Now, if you are ready, let us begin. Charlie Chaplin was born in the city of London, in England. His birthday is April 16th, 1889. His father's name was Charles Chaplin Sr., and his mother's name was Hannah Chaplin. Both of his parents worked in the world of music and theater. They sang songs, performed on stage, and made people happy with their talents. But life was not easy for their little son, Charlie. Father had a very big problem. He drank too much alcohol. He could not stop drinking, and slowly he became very sick. He left the family when Charlie was just a small boy. After that, Charlie's mother had to raise him and his older half-brother, whose name was Sydney, all by herself. And if you are thinking that life was good for them, you are wrong. Their life was very hard. They were very, very poor. Sometimes there was no food in the house. Sometimes little Charlie had to sleep without eating. His mother, who loved him very much, would sometimes pretend to eat just so her children could have more food. That is how much she loved them. They moved from one small, dirty room to another. They were always worried about money. In fear, afraid that they might be thrown out on the streets at any time. But even with all this sadness, Charlie, being a child, still found ways to smile. Children always find small reasons to be happy. Even when life is difficult. Charlie's mother, Hannah, was a talented singer and actress. She would go to theaters and perform for small amounts of money. She worked very hard to feed her children. Charlie loved watching his mother perform. He would sit quietly backstage and watch her with big eyes. He dreamed of being on the stage one day. He wanted to perform just like her. But then, something very bad happened. One night, while performing in a theater, Hannah suddenly lost her voice. She could not sing anymore. She tried, but her voice was gone. The people in the audience became angry. They shouted at her. They threw things at the stage. They wanted her to leave. It was a very painful moment. Then something amazing happened. A small boy, only 5 years old, walked onto the stage. It was Charlie. He took the microphone in his tiny hands. He sang. He danced. And something magical happened. The people in the audience started laughing. They started clapping. They were very happy. That was the first time Charlie Chaplin performed in front of a real audience. That was the first time he made people laugh. That moment changed his life. Deep in his heart, little Charlie knew something very clearly. He knew, this is what I want to do. This is what I was born to do. But life did not become easy after that moment. Life became even harder. After many years of being poor and sad, something terrible happened to Charlie's mother. Her mind became sick. She could not think properly anymore. She became confused. She was sent to a hospital for people with mental illness. They had no family. They had no home. They had no money. They had no one to help them. They became children of the streets. They walked around. They begged for food. They tried to stay alive. Now, just imagine for a moment. Imagine a small boy, cold and hungry, walking through the dark streets of London. He is looking through trash cans, hoping to find a piece of bread. That boy was Charlie Chaplin. But did he give up? No. Did he stop dreaming? Never. He kept going, because even in all the sadness, he still had one thing. He had a dream. And my friends, that is where his real journey begins. Even when Charlie had no food, no home, and no help, he still had something special in his heart, a strong dream. He wanted to be on the stage. He wanted to act. He wanted to make people happy. So Charlie started doing small jobs. He worked very hard, even though he was still a young boy. Sometimes he worked in a printing shop. Sometimes he cleaned shoes. Sometimes he just walked around the streets, looking for food. But inside his heart, his dream stayed strong. One day, Charlie's older brother, Sidney, got a job in a theater. This was a small job, but it was a big chance. Sydney helped Charlie get small roles too. Charlie was happy. He was finally getting close to the stage again. He started acting in small plays for children. He was funny, smart, and different from everyone else. People noticed him. They laughed when he acted. They liked the way he moved and made faces. Charlie did not speak much on stage, but his body spoke for him. His actions, his expressions, and his timing made people laugh a lot. Very soon, more people started to know Charlie. He joined a theater group that traveled from town to town. He performed in many places. Life was still not easy, but he was doing what he loved. He was learning every day. He was becoming better and better. And then something big happened. Charlie got an offer to go to the United States of America with a theater group. He had never been on a ship before. He had never left London before. But he knew this could be his big chance. So he said yes. He crossed the ocean and reached America. That time, America was a land of dreams. Many people wanted to go there to find a better life. Charlie arrived with only a few clothes and very little money. But he had a big heart and a big dream. In America, he acted in more shows. One day, a film producer saw him and gave him a small role in a movie. That was the beginning of a new journey. The journey of Charlie Chaplin in Hollywood. Charlie did not speak in the film, but his face and body told the story. People loved it. They laughed so much. They had never seen anything like him before. His style was new, fresh, and full of feeling. He used his eyes, hands, and funny walk to make people laugh without saying a single word. Soon, he became very famous. People in every part of the world started to know his name. They called him the Tramp because of his funny character. A man with a small mustache, big shoes, a walking stick, and a kind heart. Even though Charlie was becoming rich and popular, he never forgot the pain of his childhood. He used that pain in his art. He made films that were funny, but also full of emotion. He made people laugh and cry at the same time. Charlie Chaplin did not want to only act in films. He wanted to make films. He wanted full control. So he started to write, direct, and produce his own movies. This was not easy, but Charlie was brave. He made many silent films that are still loved today, like The Kid 1921, City Lights 1931, Modern Times 1936, The Great Dictator 1940. In each film, Charlie gave an important message. He showed the pain of poor people. He showed the power of love. He showed the problems of the modern world. But he always showed these things in a way that made people smile. He believed that laughter was a medicine for the soul. As Charlie became more famous, he also faced problems. Some people did not like his strong ideas. He spoke about peace. He spoke about love. He made a film against a dangerous man named Hitler at a time when no one else was brave enough to do it. Some people in power became angry. They tried to stop him. He had to leave the United States and go live in another country. But he never became weak. He never stopped making movies. He kept working until he was very old. And even though life was hard again, Charlie always stayed strong. It always kept his heart full of kindness. Charlie Chaplin had now become a man known all over the world. People in every country loved him. They laughed at his funny walk, smiled at his kind face, and cried with his touching stories. But even after giving so much joy to the world, Charlie had to face deep sadness. He was not allowed to live in the United States anymore. He had lived there for more than 40 years. He made his name there. He gave the world his best work there. But because of politics and people in power, he had to leave. It was a painful goodbye. He moved to Switzerland with his family. He was older now. He had gray hair, but his heart was still full of dreams. He lived a quiet life, far from the noise of the big cities, but he never stopped loving cinema. He still wrote stories and planned films, even though he did not act much anymore. Years passed. Then something beautiful happened. In 1972, after more than 20 years, the United States invited Charlie Chaplin back. The country that once pushed him away now wanted to honor him. He was given a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Oscars. When Charlie walked onto the Oscar stage, the whole crowd stood up. Everyone clapped. They clapped and clapped for a long time. It was one of the longest standing ovations in Oscar history. Charlie stood there quietly, tears in his eyes. He was old now. He could not walk fast. He could not speak loudly. But in that moment, the whole world said, "Thank you, Charlie." They were not just clapping for his movies. They were clapping for his kindness. They were clapping for his courage. They were clapping for his soul. Charlie Chaplin smiled. His eyes sparkled. In that moment, it felt like all the pain of the past had turned into love. After returning to the world stage, Charlie went back to Switzerland with his family. He was very old now. He spent his time writing, thinking, and being with his wife and children. He passed away peacefully on December 25th, 1977, on Christmas Day. The world cried that day. The man who made millions laugh had now gone silent, but his light did not go out. His films still play. His message still lives. His life story still inspires. Charlie Chaplin's life was not easy. He was poor. He was hungry. He was homeless. He lost people he loved. He was pushed down many times. But he never gave up. He turned pain into laughter. He turned sadness into art. He turned hard days into beautiful stories. He once said, "Smile. Even though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking." His life tells us, don't give up. No matter how hard life gets, use your pain to grow stronger. And never forget to smile, because one smile can change a life. Thank you, Charlie Chaplin, for the laughter. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for showing us the power of dreams. You were not just a man. You were a light in a dark world, and that light still shines.